What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. I got a video for you guys. Another one tonight. This is a prediction: Robert Guerrero versus Michael Katsidis. It's a lightweight matchup. No championship on the line at all. Overall, Michael Katsidis is coming off of a loss to Juan Marquez November 27th of last year against Marquez, following the loss of his brother. I gotta take my hat off to him for getting in the ring and continuing on with the fight. Having that mentality of the fight must the show must go on. Michael Katsidis, I think, is dealing with an injury right now. And I read about that recently. He's dealing with an injury. He's still gonna fight anyway. Michael Katsidis is kind of a throwback to some of the older fighters who would go in and fight with injuries and just give the fans a show. If you see Michael Katsidis fight, Michael Katsidis is a fighter that loves to try to bring the action to you. He loves to fight. He comes forward, and he's willing to die in the ring. He comes in, he fights from bell to bell. That's just his style of fighting, compared to Robert Guerrero, who now is, unlike Katsidis. Robert Guerrero has won championships, but he hasn't really faced the opponents that will propel him over to the into crossover status. He hasn't faced Juan Marquez. He hadn't faced like a Juan Diaz, people of that nature. He was fighting at 130. I think he fought 126. He fought 126. I know for sure he fought at 130. He fought at 140 for a fight. But now he's at he's kind of evened out at 135, and he's looking for big opportunities in that weight class. But Robert Guerrero is a very good boxer. He's a very good boxer. He fought Joel Casamaior, but Joel Casamaior is I guess what we consider past his prime now. Even though Casamaior did catch him and knock him down at the end of the fight back July 31st of last summer. Casamaior did knock him down, but it was a complete Guerrero fight leading up to the knockdown. The knockdown didn't really hurt Guerrero, but overall, it was something to show a weakness in Guerrero's game. In this matchup, Robert Guerrero has to pretty much be on his P's and Q's. He's going to have to be very disciplined in this matchup against Michael Katsidis, a fighter that is unpredictable. You don't know what Michael Katsidis is going to do. I'll be honest, Katsidis has surprised me. He surprised me in the match against Kevin Mitchell when he knocked out Mitchell. I was surprised he knocked down Marquez. So, like I said, that unpredictability makes this matchup very interesting. And it makes Robert Guerrero have to be disciplined in this match. And when I say discipline, I'm saying he pretty much has to box the whole time. He has to incorporate a lot of movement in this matchup. But one way he cannot move is forward, because Katsidis comes forward. He has to make Katsidis chase him, and he's gonna have to fight a lot off that back foot. He's gonna have to jab off the back foot, throw his power shots from off the back foot, use lateral movement, set up Katsidis from angles, things of that nature, because Katsidis, like I said, comes in a straight line. He comes forward, he's quite flat-footed. He comes forward and he comes in head first. So pretty much it's moving backward and side to side. Similar to the but not moving front. I was about to say similar to the UGK song, but a lot of people probably never heard that one. But yeah, it's pretty much just moving backward and side to side. Jabbing, maybe throwing combinations from angles. Pretty much trying to keep Katsidis at the end of the jab, keeping a lot of shots straight, and not letting Katsidis come inside, not let Katsidis cut off the ring. Because if he lets Katsidis cut off the ring, Katsidis will eat him alive inside. I think, and that's pretty much his key to victory. He has to use the legs a lot. The legs have to set up the offense, but the legs also have to be defense. That's pretty much the primary. That's pretty much the primary resource for this match for Guerrero, is the legs. Michael Katsidis. Michael Katsidis in this matchup is going to have to pretty much, like Guerrero had to be on his P's and Q's. He's going to have to fight a smart matchup, but also he has to beat up Guerrero. He's going to have to beat him up. He's going to have to, I wouldn't say he has to fight him all, fight him 100% inside. But something that he does have to do is he has to go in and he's going to have to roughhouse Guerrero. He's going to have to, I think that holding the clinch can be important for Katsidis if he uses it correctly. Because if he hits it, then he ties up. And even though the clinch is not much of, or not even really a part of Katsidis' game plan, the clinch could work very well for him so that Robert Guerrero does not get any offensive rhythm. But Katsidis in this matchup has to start much faster, or start very fast, and he's going to have to end fast in this match because Robert Guerrero, we've seen him later in fights just kind of sandbag. And Katsidis is a dangerous opponent in the later rounds if you sandbag. Michael Katsidis is going to have to look for a lot of shots to come in between Guerrero's shots. He's going to have to look for a lot of shots in between them, whether it be the left cross, the overhand right, whether it be him, trying to get his head on the chest. Doesn't move his head that much, but I think he does know how to get that head on the chest. He does know how to find a way to turn a boxing match into a fight. And the way to turn a matchup into a fight with a fighter like Guerrero is just pretty much going in and beating him up. Beat him up to the body hooks, up top, quick hooks. Try to execute, if he can, try to execute the quick jab. The quick jab leads him inside. The quick jab leads him inside. It can cut off the ring, possibly, if he gets Guerrero back far enough. If it gets him back far enough, it cuts off the ring, and it leads to Katsidis being inside and getting the shots off. So, pretty much those are basically just real keys to victory for this matchup. Wish I could elaborate a little more, but I'm tired as heck right now. But me, as much as I like Katsidis, as dangerous as he is, and I really think that Katsidis can be very dangerous in the later rounds, I think Guerrero might want to take him out earlier, but I don't think he has the punching power to take Katsidis out early in the fight. But also, I don't think he has the punching power to take at 135 to take out Katsidis later in the fight neither. Though I think Katsidis is dangerous later, Guerrero is dangerous in the beginning, and he can pretty much just win rounds early on, and he could put some rounds in the bag and I think he could take a close unanimous decision in this one. And I have a little bit of a personal bias. I'll admit I have a little bit of a personal bias for Katsidis. Though I think Katsidis does a very good job of cutting off the ring. He does a very good job of ruining game plans and just being in the fighter's face the entire fight. But I think this is Robert Guerrero's time to shine. And I think that the movement, if Guerrero fights scared, the movement can be the determining factor in this fight. The movement and just overall solid boxing ability can be the determining factor, despite the fact that Katsidis has surprised us. And would I be surprised if Katsidis went in and knocked out Guerrero? No. But I just don't see it happening. I'm going to go with Guerrero in this matchup by decision. So anyway, guys, that was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.